Good morning, boys and girls. Today is Wednesday, September 23rd. And for math class today, I have our to-do list up. We're just going to start with a math sprint. On Wednesdays and Thursdays, we do fluency practice, and I'll show you how to do that through Notability. I'm going to show you some helpful charts. I realize that you guys aren't all in my room, so you don't get to see the charts I have hanging. So I have a spot on Schoology for you to check those out. And then you'll watch this video. And then, of course, there's an exit ticket on Schoology. If there's time at the end of class, you could always work on Prodigy, Quizlet, or your math homework. Remember, your math homework is due next week, a week from today. Let's go ahead and get started. Your goal for today is you'll be able to read and write numbers in standard, word, and expanded form. So 3 different ways that we see numbers, and you'll be able to read and write them. Before we get started, I hope you already have your whiteboard marker and washcloth out. I'm going to give you 1 minute to draw, color, to color, draw, write. This is your chance to scribble, to do what you got to do. All right, awesome. That's your timer. So go ahead and put your caps on. We are going to continue to use our whiteboard, and so we'll use them and leave them right out. So what I want to show you here is our place value chart. I hope you're becoming more and more familiar with our place value chart. We know the smallest place value is over here in the ones place, and the largest that we're working with this year is the millions. We also know when we are writing our place values or our numbers that we have commas. So when we have a comma, it's every 3 place values. So we start over on the right, the ones place, and we're going to go cha, 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 slide. Watch me. Cha, 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 and then we slide. This is where our comma goes. It goes in between the thousands and the hundreds. Then I stop, and I'm going to do it again. Cha, 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 slide, meaning there's another comma. So every 3 place values, we have a comma, and it would continue on into the millions place. What I'd like you to do is say to yourself, cha, 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 slide. Cha, 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 slide. Okay? Yeah, no worries. I'm just teaching you to dance today. Cha, 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 slide. Okay? So what I'd like you to do is, moving on to our next slide, I would like you to, I don't remember what works for you best in your slides, or if you want to take a screenshot of this with the video, is pause your video and then maybe take a picture and show me where these go. Where's the ones place? Where's the tens place? Where do they go in this place value chart? Remember that the smallest place value is over on the right, and the largest place value is on the left. So go ahead and pause your video and fill in this place value chart, okay? Don't forget the comments. Awesome. Now that you did that, hopefully you paused your video so you didn't see my answers. There would be I'll go and put the commas back after. Thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s. Our commas would go in between the 100 and the thousands, and then technically it would go again over here in between the 100,000s and the millions. This is written in word form. Notice that the place values are written in words. Next, we're going to try it in standard form. So what I'd like you to do is pause your video and go ahead again. I don't know if you want to take a screenshot, maybe that's easier, and write in our place values. Go ahead and pause your video. If you can look at mine, I have ones, tens, hundreds, comma, cha, 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 slide. And then we have thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s. If you want to take a look at mine. Now, as we go through, I told you we're going to learn about different forms. Our three different forms are standard form, word form, expanded form. And I'm going to show you the different ways that we see them. I did throw an anchor chart on the Schoology if you need to take a look or need a little cheat sheet. If you want to take a screenshot of this as having a little form of reference for you at home, I think that's a good strategy as well. So standard form, this is the way that we usually always see numbers. Like when I'm using my cell phone and I'm calling your parents to brag about you and say how awesome you are, that's how I would see the number in standard form. Right? On a scoreboard, just those typical digits that we see, the clock, a speed limit sign, that's standard form, writing a value using only numbers. Now, expanded form, we might not necessarily see out there in the real world, but it's a great way for us to better understand our place value. It's breaking apart each place value and giving that total value within each part. So for example, in the thousands place, I had 8,000. In the hundreds place, I had 700, and so forth. So it's writing numbers by showing the place value of each digit. Next, we have word form. So it's writing the numbers using words, but no numbers. So if you look down here on this check, you'll see that they wrote in the amount using word form. So for example, the number 136, this is in standard form, word form, 136. Just as you hear it is how you write it. Okay, so our three forms, I want you to say it with me. Standard, expanded, word. Standard, expanded, word. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and we're going to practice writing these. So first what I have here is a paired model. Mrs. Andrews is going to do the one on the left. On your whiteboard, you're going to do the one on the right, okay? So first, just watch my process, and then you can go ahead and do it. My number is 3,057, and it says to write the number below in expanded form. Expanded form means breaking it up each place value. So what I like to do is I like to start in the biggest place value, which is the thousands place in this case, and I have 3 in the thousands place. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add 3,000. My next place value is the hundreds place, but I have nothing in the hundreds place, so 0 is the same as nothing. So I'm not going to write anything. My next place value is the tens place, and I have 5 tens. I'm going to cross that off so I know I'm adding it. 5 tens, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 means 50. And last, in the ones place, I have 7 ones. Notice that I went through and I crossed it off, right, as I went through so I wouldn't miss anything. I want you to pause your video, take a second, and try yours. Your number is 7,081. Write it on your whiteboard, and then you can double check with me that your answer is correct. Go ahead and pause your video. All right, friends, so what you should have is 7,000 plus 80 plus 1. Again, in the hundreds place, you had 0, so you didn't have to write anything. You could have added 0, but you didn't have to. Hopefully you got this correct. Now I want to move on, and I want to show you another way we can write them. Oh my. And this time we're going to go, I'll circle. We're going to do this whole column is talking about the number 4,697. So that whole part. They already wrote it for us in standard form, so now we're going to write it in word form and expanded form. So first we just need to simply write the number.
Mr. Cox from IT, if you're in the building, please call the office or come to the office.
4,697. Something we have to remember is where the comma is in standard form is where the comma will go in word form, or both ways. If it's like there in word form, we need to write it there in standard form. Still going to be that cha-cha-cha slide. So I have 400, no, I do not have 400. I have 4,000, comma, 697. I'll try to make it smaller to make it all fit. So I have 4,697. And now I can go ahead and do my standard, my expanded form. Boy, I need coffee today. So we have 4,000. I can cross it off. I already did my 4. Next, I have 600. I can cross it off. After 600, I have 90 and 7. And we can cross it off as we go. What I'd like you to do is on your whiteboard, I would like you to try this next one. So I already wrote it for you in word form. So you're going to have to read this number and write it in standard form and then expanded form. Pause your video and on your whiteboard, go ahead and solve this. All right, friends, awesome job. What we're going to do now is I'm going to have you head to Schoology and you're going to complete your exit ticket. Your exit ticket is simply writing this number in standard form. So you'll go to your Schoology. My Schoology looks a little different than yours. You're going to go to today's math lesson, which is in the math folder. So Math Mrs. Andrews. You'll go to week 2. Today is the 23rd. And it says exit ticket 923. So you can go ahead on there. When you're done, you can practice your math facts on Quizlet. You could go on Prodigy. If you didn't get a chance to do your bell work from yesterday and make corrections, you could go to yesterday's and fix that. Or you can work on your math homework that's due in a week. Thanks for a great math lesson, friends. If you have any questions, now is the time to turn to an adult in the room or message Mrs. Andrews. You can email me any questions that you have on reading and writing numbers in standard, word, and expanded form. All right, guys, thanks for a great lesson.